Okay, let me talk about Stoicism for a moment. And in my quest, in my process of transformation and ascension, higher consciousness, and just my overall growth, I started something early. After I started to shift away from Christianity, after I'd been through after divorce, and my life, I had to reevaluate things at that point in my life, and what can I use to make my life better, as opposed to some of the things I went through before, and the life that I lived before. And I was just reading a lot, reading a lot, trying to rebuild myself after that. After you go through things like that, you have to rebuild yourself, pick yourself back up, and just reconstruct. And part of my reconstruction process, I had to really leverage philosophy and really um, use philosophy to help my life at the time. Now, it left some voids, which I'm going to get to in a moment, but I had to really use this philosophy to help me plow through some of the hard moments in life you're going to go through on your journey and your quest to become your higher self, right? So you're going to, the universe is going to throw, um, things at you, because what really happens is we're in a cycle of reincarnations. We're in a cycle of repeats. Even within the same lifetime, we go through these cycles of repeats. And there's a certain lesson that metaphysically that the universe wants us to learn, and we keep, a lot of us keep missing it. And because we keep getting caught in the feelings. Because one of the greatest illusions is that our emotions, our feelings are more important than our minds. And that has kept us in a reactive state instead of a proactive state. Now, getting back to Stoicism, when I learned of this philosophy and I started to apply it to my life, it was out when I was out in Asia. Because when you're over there, people stare at you to death, especially if you're black, man. Like, they will stare at you to death. Like, literally just stare you down like you had just came off a spaceship. So I had to develop a philosophy out there to kind of anchor me from not like reacting to, people, how they look all around me. So I had to, do that. So what I did, I used Stoicism right there. And that helped me, the Stoicism, and basically is being in this almost, basically having your emotions under control of you, being a self-master of your emotions, and you control how you react to things. And you basically, this is the part I like about it. It's deeper than that. I'm not gonna really go through what Stoicism is so much, and you can pretty much read this on your own just by looking at Wikipedia to get more of an understanding. But for me, the part that I took out of it that was the strongest was basically that I'm a master of my emotions. I'm not gonna let my emotions pull me throughout life and make me react to every single thing that happens around me. I'm going to keep my focus on my virtuous path that I want to go on, and I'm gonna keep focused on that, and do that function in life. So Stoicism really helped me bounce back from calamity. Like I said, the universe is gonna throw things at you, and I'm ascending now. I'm ascending past these life rebirth things, because I'm starting to break past some of the things that held me back, even in the past lifetimes. And a lot of that had to do with relationships, which I'm going to talk about a lot in these talks. So and it really helped me through relationships and dealing with rejection and dealing with all types of things that come your way. Stoicism helped me be like a rock, and I just keep going. I just literally just brush some stuff off and say, okay, that sucked. Let's keep going. And I'll never forget. I was dating some girl in 2021, early on, in early 2021, and there was a situation where we had broke up. I'm not getting too much details, and I was invited by her sibling to come over to their house after we broke up, to have for a party. And I came, and when I got there, the person I was just, had been seeing, quite frequently, because I gotten emotional about it on some things prior, but I learned how to, towards the end of this relationship I was in, I learned how to kick in gear the Stoicism. So when I got to the party, she was there with this guy with his shirt off, and and I'm like, oh, it's muscular guy with his shirt off, and and it looked like they had just met, and she invited him to the party too, and the old me would have just like, okay, let me just walk out of here because it's really uncomfortable situation. But the Stoic me would say, okay, I'm just gonna be neutral, and I don't know this guy. He's new in the situation. Why would I be upset, angry with him or her? We're all free beings, So I was just thinking, along these lines, and so I got to know the guy and hung out, and and I didn't let it bother me. I just kept going. Yeah, I thought about it, but it was like, you have to keep going in life, and you have to keep going and going and going. And Stoicism is what helped me keep going, and that's kind of what I wanted to put here today on this quick message here, is that you have to build your philosophy or your philosophical basis in your life that's going to keep you grounded in situations, because as you ascend into Godhood, we want the universe to react to us and not the other way around. We don't want to keep reacting to the things that the universe throws at us, but we want to make things bend to our will as we ascend in higher consciousness and becoming one with the Creator or the Source and the universe.